Hi, this is your monthly market update for March 2022. We've got lots of exciting things happening always in Boise, Idaho real estate. Although I would call us a hot real estate market, but not quite as hot. You know how in the summers in Boise, we get over 100 degrees and we're all about to die? That's been our market the last couple of years here for real estate in Boise. And now I'd say it's one of those lovely summer days where it's 90 degrees. It's still hot, just not quite as hot as it was before. So we're going to go into Ada and Canyon counties here shortly and talk about our hyper local real estate market. But first, let's start out looking at the national market. Since 2019, where we started to see a shift in our market, not a shift in price, but a shift in days on market and buyer reluctancy. Buyers started to say, gosh, that's really expensive, or I'm not buying that house anymore. 2019, the market did start to shift. There was 5.3 million sales that year in the US. And then 2020 happened when we really should have shifted, but then we had a huge influx of buyers move from Washington and California. They always do, right? They've been moving here since the 80s or even before the 80s. It's a thing, but more people moved in 2020 and 2021 than previously. Nationally, there was more movement as well. There was 5.6 million sales. And then in 2021, there was an all-time record of 6.1 million sales in the US. The National Association of Realtors is predicting that this year we'll see a 3% decrease, which wouldn't make up a huge difference. It's still going to be a really awesome year in real estate, but they do expect for less sales to happen this year. Gary Keller, who I mastermind with often, is expecting more than a 3% decrease, and they have a research department at Baylor University on the economy, mostly, not just real estate. So how do we know that we might be in for a shift? And this is a might, right? Like, I'm not here to predict anything. We know this by looking at short-term yields versus long-term yields. So hold on one second, let me get this right. Normally, long-term yields always exceed short-term yields. And when you see it, how it is now, in every case, let me see if I can close out of this, sorry. So in every case and how it is now, since the beginning of time, we move into a recession. So not to scare anybody or not to say anything that's majorly happening, markets go up and down, right? You're all treating our market like this. Can you see that? Where you go up and down, up and down, up and down, diagonally. You need to think of a market like this, where it goes up and down, eventually goes up and down, but eventually goes up. Even if you bought a home in the last height of our market, 2006, you could have sold it again in 2016 for about break-even profit based on numbers here in Ada County, Boise, Idaho. The only other time that this didn't happen was 2016 and 17 when we were predicting a shift. And it didn't happen because there was artificially low interest rates. And what's happened this year is we've had the biggest increase of interest rates of all time. We're in the fours now. Biggest interest rate increase since the 80s when we had that massive interest rate increase. So what I'm trying to say is this might be the top of our market. It might not. We might have more time. We always see shifts. We always see prices go up and down. What I recommend for borrowers, home buyers and borrowers, is to buy homes that you can afford and own them for a long time. When you need to move, it's a great time to sell. It's just looking at how much can you sell your house for or keep it as a rental, and then how much will you buy and what can you afford? And let's plan on buying a house and owning it for longer than 10 years, because we know that when you own real estate for a long time, you make money. So I hope that helps you guys with some big picture mindset on the future, but it's just too soon to know what we're in for. So let's just keep watching it. And I report the numbers on a weekly basis on Facebook Live and then here on YouTube and to our database. So make sure to subscribe to our database if you'd like the emails for the monthly deep dive into our market. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to look at some fun numbers. So this is Ada County, and this is the last 12 rolling months of the year. March 2020, we had 327 houses for sale. This time last year, we had 223. So we're seeing a major increase in inventory, still low inventory. That's still a major seller's market, but that's different than last year, same month. And then buyers under contract, 628 versus 588. So there's an increase there too, not quite as substantial as the listing increase, but that is an increase, probably because there's more houses to buy because there's more houses for sale. The average price here in Ada County for resale, not for new construction, is $588. So, wow. I remember when I used to sell $75,000 houses. Now we sell $1 million houses, which is crazy. We have appreciated 2.3% year to date. Last year, we appreciated 34.6. So we are starting to see a slowdown in appreciation, right? You can see that in the numbers for the first quarter of the year. We're at 0.5 months inventory. That means if no new homes came in the market today, there's no houses for sale. So that's a seller's market, bottom line, but it is a higher inventory market than we were last year. Still a super seller's market. We are starting to see definitely moving into a balanced market at over the $2 million price point. Under $2 million, 2.3 months inventory, 1 month inventory, 0.8 months inventory, even that upper price range, still a strong seller's market. So message me if you have questions about those interesting numbers. We're going to go into Ada County new construction. So this is just to be built or builder spec homes, all brand new construction. We are seeing also an increase in listings from this time last year, 155 to 287, still really low inventory, 1.1 months. So a little softer in the new construction than the resale. The average price is $623. So our resale is pretty close to the new construction, which is typical in a low inventory market. And we've already seen a really great increase. Looks like builders are increasing those prices more than resale this year, probably just because of the cost of supplies. So there's 1,073 buyers under contract. And those are often buyers under contract even waiting for their home to be built versus 1,165. So a little bit of decrease in buyers, increase in sellers. So you can see the shift, right, you guys? It's not a major shift. It's not shifting anywhere close to a buyer's market, but it is shifting from last year's numbers. Canyon County is the next county over from Ada County, Nampa, Caldwell, and other cities. There's 139 houses for sale. This time last year, there was 99. There's 325 buyers under contract. This time last year, there's 311. We're seeing a lot of buyers become Canyon County buyers instead of Ada County buyers because of affordability. The average price is $417 in Canyon, 0.4 months inventory, so a little bit lower inventory than Ada. And new construction in Canyon, $472 is the average price. It's appreciated 6.4% this year. And there's 224 houses for sale, more than last year, 144. And 736 under contract, 810 under contract last year, so a little bit less buyers. If this stuff is like fun and exciting for you, message me, send us a text at 208-869-2444. I can get you charts and graphs that look just like this for your area of town. And if you're from out of state, I can get you with an agent that could get you some charts and graphs for your area. Always, we're happy to do a market analysis, answer questions, strategize on when the right time is to buy and sell your house. And thank you for listening. I hope you guys have a great day.